when you said pruning from like the foliage perspective, um,
Sorry.
this is the kind of plant where you'll never really do any pruning of in terms of cutting off the main stem and having it regrow something, because the purpose of, or not the purpose, I guess the reason why people like this plant is because of the trunk that continues and continues to grow.
Right.
So I guess what
So
you'll end up happening is like as time goes on, one by
yeah, my uncle
one.
said they shed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So one by one, these lower leaves will just eventually turn completely yellow or completely brown, and then they'll fall off. And then as that's happening, new ones will be continually growing at the top. So
And
when your
that's
uncle said that they
the
shed, it's because, if you look at the trunk, every one of those little ovals is the scar of a leaf that has fallen off before,
right.
which is to say
Okay.
that it's completely normal and it happens.
And these are the new ones coming up,
That's right.
obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So it's best to just let the leaf fall off on its own is really, I guess, my question.
Oh, yes, yes. So what you're going to
Okay.
see is like some of those leaves that you showed me, they're already kind of like, the most tattered looking. But
Uh-huh.
whenever I see a tattered leaf, I'm always evaluating, okay, is this the oldest amongst the group of leaves that are currently here? And
Yeah.
usually that's the case. And so if that's the case, I don't worry. And I know that that's eventually going to fall off too.
Yeah, these are all at the bottom of the plant
Yeah. So, I mean,
and the base of the clusters. So,
yeah. So whenever I look at them, I mean, you can even look at it right now and you see like the tips are all brown, right? And
yep.
a lot of people look at that and be like, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" But I look at it the same as, like somebody who works with their hands are going to be, rough and tougher than somebody who never has touched the soil, right?
Yes.
So it's the same, like that older leaf has done a lot of photosynthesis. It has also done a lot of transpiration, and transpiration involves evaporating out and filtering minerals that end up having to stay in the leaf, and that eventually wears out those cells, and then they just die.
So it's ready to retire.
That's right. I've been doing something where I pull off older leaves and I say like, thank you for photosynthesis, right? Like, thank you for your contribution to the overall plant. And I think that's a kind of nicer way to, say goodbye to a leaf, rather than, which is the current way, is you look at the leaf and you're like, oh no, what's wrong? Is it overwatered? Is it underwatered? And it's like, sometimes it's none of those things.
Yeah, absolutely. That the post that you had the other day was spot on with the saying you don't have more employees than you need, so you can let that one go. The
Yeah.
plant is happy.
And so that's why, like, I love looking at specimens like this, because you know that this plant has been with your family member for decades. And so if it's been around for decades, then you can assume that the people who have been taking care of it have kind of gotten into a good rhythm with it, right?
Yeah, I think it's a legacy plant. That's what I've been called.
Yes. The Thaumatophyllum psalloum. Actually, I don't think it's called psalloum. I think it's called bipin if something. It's a long name. I'll probably put it on the screen somewhere. But anyway, this type of plant um, definitely is one of those really good legacy plants, or I call it even like it give me an heirloom plant.
Yep. Well, I really appreciate this. It means a lot to have it. It's a connection to my aunt who was, this plant is 2 years older than me. So she was a very close relative, and being able to have the plant and look after it in her honor is that an honor. And
Mhm.
your site has been immensely helpful. I'm buying your book, telling all my friends. It's great.
Awesome. No, no, it's really like this is the whole reason I made Houseplant Journal. It's because I want people to like enjoy so much more about plants, and this type of situation where you get a plant from a loved one, and it can be something that is very meaningful. So that's something that yeah, I love to just witness and also help with.